Hello students, standard 7th, chapter number 8, the comparing quantities. Now, we so far converted the fractions into percentages. Also, we learn how to convert the decimals into percentages also. Now we can do the reverse also, because sometimes when the percentages are given, we need to convert them into the fractions or into decimals also, because sometimes it is given something in percent and we have to find out the values in the fraction or in the decimals. It means that we can convert them into decimals or fractions also. For example, look here, 1%. 1% in the form of fraction we can write down as 1 upon 100. And we know that it is 1/100th. It means that it is 0.01. So this is its fractional form and that is decimal form. So whatever requirement is there, according to that, we can write down the percentage into either the fraction or in the decimal form. Another is 25%. 25% can be written as 25 upon 100. And when we simplify and write in the simplest form, 25 4s are 100. So fractional form is 1 upon 4. But same thing, you can write down in the decimal form also. Like 25 upon 100. So you can write down as 0.25. It is written as 0.25. So if you need fraction form, you have to write down 1 upon 4. But if you want decimal form, then don't write down this one. 25 upon 100, there are two decimals, so 0.25. Similarly, 80%. So 80 upon 100 or 8 upon 10 or 4 upon 5. The simplest form is 4 upon 5. So the fractional form is 4 upon 5. But if you want in the decimal form, then you can see that 8 upon 10 is written as 0.8. 120%. If it is 120%, then 120 upon 100, 12 upon 10, and simplest form is 6 upon 5. So it is in the fraction form. But if you want in decimal form, from here it is 10 in the denominator. So answer in decimal form will be 1.2. So according to the requirement in the examples, we need to convert them either in the fractional form or in the decimal forms also. Now, up to now, whatever the sums we did regarding to the percentage or the fractions, in the fractions we learn that when part of the wholes are done, and when we add all the parts, we get the answer 1. And also we saw that when we convert that part of the whole into percentages, and then when we add all percentages of the whole parts, then you get the 100%. It means that the parts always add to give a whole. So if the whole is divided into fractions, when we add, it makes a whole, means 1. Similarly, percentage is on the basis of 100. So when we make the parts of that whole 100%, and for all the parts we find percentages and add that percentages of all the different parts, we get 100%. It means that if two parts of a whole is given and then percentages of one part is given, we can easily find the percentage of the other part. As we know that we can subtract the given part from 100. Or maybe 3 parts are done and 2 parts are given. Then also from the 100 you can subtract the total given parts and you get the required remaining part. For example, it is given that in a class 30% or 40% are the students, which are the boys. Suppose given that 40% of total student in a class are boys, mean total, we don't know which are the total number of students, but only in percentage it is given that 40% students are boys. Now if we want to know the percentage of girls, what can we do? We know that if all the students are there, they are the 100%. Means if 100 are the boys, total students are 100, then out of 100, 40 are the boys. So what is the number of girls? 100 minus 40, that is 60. So, but here it is percentage. So the the percentage of girls is equal to 100 minus percentage of boys. That is 100 minus 40%. So it will be 60% like that. Now let us do some examples in the try this. In first, there is some blanks. 35% plus blank percent is equal to 100%. So we know that the total parts, if we add in percentage, it becomes 100%. And if one of the part is given in percent and you want to find the another part, you subtract it from 100. So here 100% minus 35% you have to do. So what is the answer in 100 minus 35? 10 minus 5 is 5, 9 minus 3 is 6. So answer will be 65%. So you have to subtract it from 100. Second thing, 64% plus 20% plus dash percent, means blank percent is also equals 100%. So here only one part is remaining. So we have to subtract sum of these two parts from 100. So 100% minus into bracket 64 plus 20%. That will be 100% minus 64 plus 20, it is 84%. So now we have to subtract 84 from 100. So 10 minus 4 is 6, 9 minus 8 is 1. So answer will be 16%. So when you add that three numbers, you will get the answer 100%. So that was the first one, that was the second one. Now there is the third one. 45%. 45% is equal to 100% minus blank percent. So here also we have to subtract 45 from 100. So 100% minus 45%. So 10 minus 5 is 5, 9 minus 4 is 5. So our answer is 55%. Another one also D. 70% is equal to dash percent minus 30%. So here we have to add them, means 70% plus 30%. We know that total must be 100. So that is the 100%. So if you subtract 30% from 100%, you get the answer 70%. Second question. If 65% of students in a class have a bicycle, what percent of the students do not have a bicycle? So here, as we discussed earlier, the students in a class are there, and in them 65% students have a bicycle. It means that the total whole part is divided into two, in which one of the part has a bicycle, the other part do not have a bicycle. So when we add both the percentage, it will be 100%. Now one of the percentage, part of the percentage of given, and here we want to find the percentage of another part, so we have to subtract. So percentage of the students do not have a bicycle is equal to 100% minus 65%, because they have the bicycles. And we know that what is 100 minus 65? 10 minus 5 is 5, 9 minus 6 is 3. So 35% students are such that they do not have bicycle. So 35% students do not have a bicycle. Third question is that we have a basket full of apples, oranges and mangoes. If 50% are apples, 30% are oranges, then what percent are mangoes? So here also there are three parts are done. The total number of fruits are in the three parts: apples, oranges and mangoes. Now out of that the percent of two parts are given, and the total of all the three parts, percentage of all three parts must be 100. It means that we have to subtract the sum of these two parts from the 100%. So now percent of mangoes is equal to 100 minus sum of percent of other two fruits. Other two fruits, that is 100 minus 50 plus 30. 100% minus 50 plus 30 is 80%. Therefore, the answer is 100 minus 80, that is the 20%. So, when we know that the part of the whole, when we add, it makes a whole. Similarly, the percentage of the parts of the whole when we add also gives 100%. So, if one of the part is missing, then we can get the value of that percent by subtracting the total given from the 100, and then we get the one remaining part, the percentage of that remaining part, like thus we did in this, try this. So here we are going to finish the session, and it will be followed by the PDF. And if any problem, confusion, write down in the comment section. Thank you very much.